Right, so on chapter 2, we got to a very important part in chapter 2. So on chapter 2, verse 9, okay? And this is by Sanjaya. Who's Sanjaya? Sanjaya is Dhritarashtra's advisor, okay? Dhritarashtra is the blind king. Sanjaya has the divine vision given to him by Vedavyas. So let's read this together. If you can repeat after me, please. Om Sanjaya Uvacha Evan Uktva Hrishikesham Gurakesha Parantapa Nayotse iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babuvaha. Sanjaya said, having spoken to Hrishikesha, the destroyer of foes, said to Krishna, I will not fight, and became silent. Okay, so this is just before Sri Krishna starts to speak. So a few things of note here. He says he spoke to Hrishikesha. Who's Hrishikesha? Hrishikesha. Sri Krishna. Okay, it's another name for Sri Krishna, and it means Lord of the senses. If you remember last week, we were talking about the picture we had of Sri Krishna in the chariot as the intellect controlling the senses. Okay, so Hrishikesha is the Lord of the senses, and he addresses Gudakesha. Gudakesha is the conqueror of sleep. So in this case, who's Gudakesha? Who's Sri Krishna talking to? He's talking to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And he calls Arjuna Gudakesha, conqueror of sleep. Okay. Interestingly, Sanjaya then goes on to call Sri Krishna Govinda. Okay, so what does Govinda mean? Krishna, Vishnu, yes, Balaji is known as Govinda. Okay, so once again, Sanjaya is displaying he has the divine vision, the divine vision, because he knows who Sri Krishna is, and he's telling Dhritarashtra very clearly who his son Duryodhana is going to be fighting. He's fighting the Lord of the senses. He's fighting Madhava, Lakshmi's partner. He's fighting Govinda, the master of the universe. So he's telling Dhritarashtra very clearly a mistake he's making. Okay, and then he says, Arjuna says, I will not fight, and became silent. And became silent, quite interesting there, because for any connection with the divine, we need to have that silence. We need to silence the mind, okay? And so Arjuna became silent. And then Sanjaya continues in verse 10. Shall we carry on? Tamuvacha Hrishikesha Pahasaneva Bharata Seniyo Ubiyo Madhye Vishidantamidam Vachaha. O king, seeing Arjuna lamenting in the middle of the two armies, Hrishikesha, as if smiling, spoke these words. Okay, so this is the grand introduction to the teaching of Sri Krishna. Okay, so up till now, Krishna hasn't spoken. So he says, O king, that's King Dhritarashtra. He sees Arjuna lamenting. What's lamenting mean? Lamenting. He's in despondent. He's despondent. He's in a state of depression. His woe is me, isn't he? Lamenting. He's feeling sorry for himself very clearly. He's having a panic attack. Arjuna is. We've had chapter 1, which described very clearly how Arjuna is feeling. So, O king, seeing Arjuna lamenting in the middle of the two armies, Hrishikesha, as if smiling, okay, Pasaniva means smiling, as it were, as if smiling. So Krishna is as if smiling, spoke these words. So with his smile, Sri Krishna is communicating. He's communicating with his eyes and his smile. They often say that communication is only 7% words. The rest of it is our body language, our inflection, our eye contact. We communicate a lot without words. So Krishna's communicating here with his eyes, saying is that all you're worried about? Is that all you're bothered about? Okay, because of course Krishna is who? Who's Krishna? He's Ishvara. He's all-seeing. So he sees the bigger picture at all times. He sees the larger picture. A lot of the time we fail to see the bigger picture. If you remember the story of the Prime Minister, where the wise Prime Minister says everything is the will of Ishvara, Krishna sees the bigger picture. And he's always smiling. In the battlefield, in all the pictures we see, Sri Krishna is smiling. Okay, and that's the example of an enlightened soul. Okay.